absolutely beautiful. It's certainly beautiful. It's a poster car. Indoctrin! Indoctrin's here. I'm going to... Indoctrin, long time no see, man. How you doing? Good to see you, Indoctrin. Yeah, the Miura is the obvious choice. The Miura is the we will riot if it's not on this list car. Obviously. I agree that the Countach is an amazing, beautiful car. That is your poster car. And Indoctrin's here. Indoctrin, I miss you, dude. Your interactions on the stream here are always appreciated. So thanks for coming. But yes, we agree here. I personally might not choose this car. I think the Miura is beautiful. I personally might not choose. If I was to say what do I think is cooler, and cooler is not beautiful. Cooler is its own subjective term. And some people would say, yeah, I love the Miura, except I don't like the eyelashes, right? Yeah, everybody look at all you guys. Choose your Lamborghini. Choose your favorite Lamborghini for this. Yeah, there's, you know, the Miura to me, it would not make, if I was just making my list that was what I like, I wouldn't put the Miura on it. I would probably put the Countach on it. Because I love the wedge era. I love the angular lines of a Countach. But the Miura set a standard, right? It set a standard for what supercars became. You know, it is possibly the starting point for where supercars came, and not only by its design but by its performance, which nowadays you would say a Miura drives horribly, and we're going to prove that right now. It certainly does. It drives horribly. So let's go up to the other end of the lake. Let's take a quick drive in our Lamborghinis up to the Lake Lodge. A little drive around the lake, and certainly, yes, agreed. Superfly Boss, the Murcielago, and Aventador. There are things of beauty there that could easily fit on any list. But I think the Miura is the what. How do you have this list and not have the Miura on it? I mean, someone could easily say all Lamborghinis are beautiful. They certainly set a standard. And here we are driving our Lamborghinis on a rally. We're rallying the Lamborghinis down a road. Execute them, got the Urus. At least that one's appropriate for this. I cringe at the thought of driving all these Lamborghinis on this road. Because this is something that's only going to happen in a video game, right? This is only going to happen in a video game. When you've got every kind of Lamborghini, there's the Countach right there. There it is. I've sat in a white one that lives around here. It's pretty awesome. Water crossings in the Lambos. Yeah, just only going to happen in a video game. You're never going to see a bunch of Lamborghini owners gather at one point of one side of the lake and then drive them on the gravel roads around to the other side, to the other cabin on the other end. It's just not going to happen. But it is a thing of beauty to see. At least we're back on the roads here. I can stop cringing. My muscles were beginning to cramp. Oh, and look, the guy with the bike. The guy with the bike on his car. Did you see what happened there? I think we need to stomp that person. That guy needs to be stomped. Bike rider coming along and noses right in. Certainly, I was on the wrong side of the road. I'm not going to take responsibility for that. I'm driving a Lamborghini Miura, bro. Get out the way with your bike on your rack. Can you tell I have a little bit of animosity for the bikers? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I'm not going to hide it either. Not going to hide it either. It's true. It's true. Look at this. This is a great pack. What a great pack of Lamborghinis, exemplifying the beauty that brand is really all about. When you combine that level of beauty with the performance, oh, look at what's the name? What's the what is that? What's Simon VR Radio DJ driving there? That speedster looking Lambo concept thing. That thing's sick. That could easily be on its list on its own. Funkhouse, what's up, man? Welcome. As we drive up, just to drive to the other end of the lake, sir. Yeah, Metal Gauge and I both driving the Miras, and the Diablo there. Soul Taker, yes, the Diablo, certainly, utterly representative of beauty. Which Lambo has the most posters? I'd have to say the Countach. I will bet you the Lamborghini Countach has more posters than any other Lamborghini. Whoa, 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 whoa. He's the guy in the BMW slowed down to let us pass. Yeah, it's definitely the Fortune Island car. Correct. SDL Rob, correct.
400 yards. Turn left.
Now another 10 best show that we could do is we could do the 10 most beautiful engines.
Turn left.
And they'd all be Ferrari engines. No, there's a lot of beauty in anything. RB26, a little Mini Cooper, Volkswagen engine. You know, I'm gonna claim that. I'm gonna claim that, yo. And here we are at my little lakeside cabin. Pulling nicely. Nice purple wheels, dude. Loving the purple wheels. Shoved it in reverse there. Sorry, guys. Get those canoes out of the way. I'm just gonna park mine up against the canoe here. Get you guys. Let's get you poised. Get yourselves poised. What's up, Wizard WSC? How you doing, man? Whoop, Wizard. Aussies represent. Aussies represent. Yeah, there, Jeeves. You're certainly right. The Pagani. Certainly some of the most beautiful motors ever created in Koenigsegg as well. Mantio Max talking. Yep. That's 10 best poster cars. 10 best poster cars. That's an interesting show. Let's get our shot here and then let's move on. I'm stuck under a canoe and I can't get up. I like this little lake house here too. How can we get everybody in there? Kind of got everybody in there at least enough. Then just the nose of that one sticking out there is beautiful. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And let's just get that snap. That's actually a pretty nice shot. Let's fix it up a little bit. A little more focus. A little more aperture. I think we need a little contrast. It seems like we're... Let's go there. Let's... Oh. A little more color. Okay, where are we? We need more color. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here, but we're just gonna call that good. It's the cars they're a little washed out, but it's okay. We're gonna call it good. There's our photo. Whoever follows me on Twitter is gonna be like, "Whoa, what's up with all the car photos today, bud?" You can follow if you don't already. Follow me on Twitter. John Awana is my tag there, and you can take a look at these photos. Copy them, spread them around the internet if you want. Fine by me. You say, "Hey, I was there. Hey, I was there." Hey, I'm Big Red. Jeeves, it's not possible to ruin a photo with a Porsche. A Porsche only makes it more beautiful. It certainly does. All right. Now, for my next trick, Danny V Films, what's up, man? Yep. If you do use that photo or tag yourself in it, say hashtag I was there. Hashtag I was there. Fox, on this we must disagree. On this we must disagree, sir. But it's okay. We don't all need to be in agreement. We're all individuals, and that's a great thing. I don't need everyone to agree with me. Some people probably do. I do not need everyone to agree with me. I appreciate each one of your individual opinions and each one of your individual stances on what you think's beautiful, or what kind of cars you like, or what you think sounds beautiful, or what you want to do with your car. I am not a person who is ever going to say, well, you're doing it wrong. No, it's your car. Do it your way. And you know, it's fun to argue sometimes. Certainly, it's fun to argue sometimes. But I'm not a person who needs to. I do not need you to agree with me for you to be in my fold. And by that, I do not mean the folds in my neck or my 5 head. Okay, that doesn't need to be the case. I don't need you to agree. I appreciate your opinion. In fact, I think that's what makes the world an interesting place. Who's going to go see Ford versus Ferrari? Huh? Anyone? I bet you. You guys got to go see. I mean, I don't need to tell you. I don't need to tell you that you have got to go see Ford versus Ferrari. It's coming out. I will be seeing it. What's up? Guns for hire! Right here. These guns right here for hire. If Chuck Norris was here, I'd whoop him for you right there, just for money. Soul Taker, certainly. Yep. Yeah, it's argument does have a little bit more aggression to it, doesn't it? My 5 head. Yes. My uncle John coined that term about 30 years ago. I'm taking credit for it. So here we go. Here we get to our other obvious choice. Okay, and the only thing that's obvious about it is Ferrari itself. Of course you did, Jeeves, because you're in my head, bro. You're up in here. You're all up in here. Bano's going to see it on Sunday. Okay, perfect. Graham's going to go see it when he gets paid. Yep. Okay, so here we go. Talking about the most beautiful, obviously there's a Ferrari on this list. Obviously there's a lot of Ferraris in the game. What is the most beautiful though? That's the tough question. The easy answer is probably the 250 GTO. Is it that easy though? The 250 California probably has my vote. The 250 California probably has my vote. I love me some Dino. There's a beauty to a Dino. The 288 GTO. This represents for the whole Magnum PI thing. The 250 LM is an oddity and beautiful in its own way. The Testarossa, okay, Sir Mix-a-Lot is going to choose that, the original Testarossa, and that there's so many things here to argue about. So each of you pick your own. I mean, an Enzo, the 458, the LaFerrari. There's the F40, F50, a 575 Maranello. There are so many beautiful Ferraris to discuss about. I think I'm gonna change my. What is I'm gonna make a decision right here. I'm gonna go with the California. I'm gonna go with the California. But this is not set in stone here. Now, when you bring your car to this cruise, just look at that though. Look at that and tell me that this could not quite possibly that this is not easily on this list. Look at that. That is stunning. That is a stunning car. I could say that is the most beautiful car in the world right there. Can you see it in my eyes? Look into my eye. Can you see what I'm saying? Look into my eye. Yeah. And plus Ferris Bueller. So old country boys got the Dino. J-Mac in an F40. Simon in the 250 GTO. That's the other kind of super obvious choice. Not to diss it at all. Metal Gauge in a 458. Sushi representing for the Testarossa lovers. Well done, well done. What's Wheels got back there? What are you driving back there, Wheels? I can't see it. Soul Taker got the other Testarossa, 512 TR. And then I believe that's an F50. Cyrus is driving the F50, is that right? Superfly Boss, I know you're right. Yes, thankfully they did not destroy a 250 GTO in the actual movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So here are our choices. And okay, there's is that a 599 or an A12 super fast hold gate? I think that's an excellent choice. Let's go for a cruise and let's talk it out. Talk it out. Let's head up into the mountains here to go to Croftdale Farm on this cruise. Talk me out of the 250 GTO or convince me that I'm right. It doesn't have to be in this one here. I don't have to be right. I had to be right on all the other ones. The 250 California made it to it was on the most beautiful sounding cars list. Maybe a little bit more look around here. Keep it out of the stones, John. Keep it out of the stones. Come on.
X019 is in London this year, and for that, we want to do something special for our fans. The DPM X019 controller is going to be one of our most exclusive drops. We are in the Soho neighborhood in the heart of London, and this is the Maharishi store. This is an awesome streetwear label. I've come here quite often just for inspiration as well as just from a fashion aspect. DPM is the creative camouflage force behind the Maharishi brand. So what you're looking at there is the DPM Encyclopedia of Camouflage. That was developed by Hardy Bleckman in the early 2000s, and it's become Xbox Design's holy grail of camouflage. And it's been in our reference library for ages now. X019 is in London this year, and for that collaboration, we want to do something special for our fans. We actually reached out to DPM and Maharishi to see if we could do a collaboration, and it resulted in a bespoke print that will be available at X019.
I think it works really well. The name of the pattern and so on, it flows really well around the controller. It's great.
So the design on this controller is actually a custom one-off print. It's called Aqua Brush. We're purely inspired by London and really in particular the Thames River that flows through the controller there. Maharishi's ethos is about pacifist military design. So one of the things both Maharishi and DPM Studios like to do is to reclaim camouflage from its military references and actually bring it back to its origins in nature and as well as in art. The print itself is actually inspired by 50s French lizard camo, which actually has its roots back to a British brushstroke camo. So you can see on this design that the camouflage is very hand painted and has a very brushstroke flow. And then even further camouflaged within the camouflage is actually little icons of London that you can find in there. We'll just let people discover those on their own. The Maharishi brand has a vision to be environmentally sound as well as always producing high-quality utilitarian garments. But one of their most iconic elements is their embroidery. So here you can see on the t-shirt, they take a lot of references from Eastern culture, and one of their most iconic embroideries is their dragon that you can also find on our controller. So the DPM X019 capsule is going to be one of our most exclusive drops. We'll include the controller, 3 t-shirts, Xbox bomber jacket, Xbox pin, as well as wallpapers, and they'll be available November 14th.
Creativity is important for me because it's freedom, you know? It really allows me to think outside the box and create things that people haven't created before.
And we're so fortunate that we live in a day and age when we have all this technology that he can use. The things that he has available to work with now wouldn't have been available 20 years ago.
I've known Spencer since I was like 3 years old. Grew up right down the street, literally across the street. I would like run over here, we'd hang out and stuff.
As long as they've had games out, we've been playing.
I mean, we didn't stop playing Halo until like forever. It was great.
I think that's what got me into it the most, social aspect of it. I didn't think about gaming till the adaptive controller came out, but once it became available, then it was, you know, always on my mind.
There was an ad that came out and he saw it, and it was right before Christmas, so we got him the controller for Christmas.
I got the device not knowing, because I'm not a gamer. I don't know what any of the buttons do. And I got that thinking, okay, well, here it is.
There's a lot of things to work out. When I originally saw the one-handed joystick on Microsoft's website, I didn't think it was going to work for me because there was no attachments that my hand could use. And nothing that was really sensitive enough to play the games that I wanted to, and like Halo and games that require a lot of movement and a lot of button use. When I saw that there are parts out there that work for that controller, that's when I was finally like, okay, this is pretty cool. I can build on this. I already had the shape in mind, the U shape that I needed to in mind with metal ones at first, and they were just too heavy. It led me to, well, 3D printing is probably the best way for me to solve that problem. This was my first cutout of the tray. Tried to model as much as I could after the original controller. Then it just led me to step-by-step switching little things here and there to finally getting to the point that it was working for me. I've probably made at least 15 different iterations of the joystick itself. You know, just the joy of playing games again really kept me going.
After seeing it actually cut out with the design on it, I was like, so many other people can use this besides just Spencer. And I was like, we gotta play some games, man.
This is something that we can do together again, and so it's been really nice.
I just love seeing him being able to do fun things with his friends and, you know, all together again, just like they were before.
I'm not done with it yet by any means, but once, you know, everyone that wants the game again can, then I'll know I'm done.
The Insight Project is a rare example of artists, scientists, and mental health experts coming together to tackle one of the most pressing challenges of our time: mental suffering.
We're asking a question. Could we combine the best of game design and technology with cutting-edge clinical neuroscience and psychiatry? This is enormously powerful.
But why do we think games could help? Well, over the last decade, the games industry has been in an arms race, developing real-time technologies such as virtual avatars, natural human-computer interfaces, data analytic tools, online technologies that are at levels of sophistication that are grossly underestimated by the wider world. And all of these tools were created to engage a captive mass audience, train them in new skills, and promote mastery of games. And this is a tool set that we think could equally be applied to mental well-being.
What Hellblade had achieved was to make the invisible visible. What if we could go further and give people the ability to see, engage with, and perhaps even overcome their fears and anxieties?
Over the next few months and years, we will be sharing our approach, publishing our findings, and growing our team. The project will grow in complexity as we tackle harder and harder problems for which solutions may not yet exist. However, we do believe that by focusing our efforts on what we can do now and collaborating with those who can offer different or complementary solutions, we can kickstart a movement, one based on sound principles, and help each other to find ways of improving the quality of life for a lot of people.
My name is Emily and I'm 20 and I made Fractured Minds. I chose to do a puzzle solving format for the game, mostly because it kind of reflects the challenges that you face with mental health issues. Like, it's a struggle to get the key and to open the door to the next room. because of my own experiences with mental health and anxiety. It's quite like a personal topic for me. I actually missed quite a lot of school because of my anxiety, so in my free time I would basically work on the game. It was kind of like an outlet for my stress. It gave me motivations and goals and helped me focus on something, and I definitely think that helped me get through that time. The BAFTA Young Game Designers competition is like the perfect starting point for any young person wanting to enter the games industry. I was a little bit apprehensive at first because I didn't think I could win, basically. But then my sister actually really encouraged me, so I just went for it. The feeling of finding out I'd been shortlisted was just, it's one of the best days of my life, definitely. When I was at the train station about to go to the BAFTA ceremony, I actually had a really bad panic attack. I honestly thought, I can't do this, I'm just gonna go home. But my sister kind of helped me through it. I knew I had to try because it's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so you have to go for it. And I'm so glad I did.
It is Fractured Minds by Emily Mitchell.
It just went from the worst day of my life to the best day. I'm just so happy to have it reach Xbox and then actually be able to play it at home is just beyond exciting. I really think that the charity Safe in Our World could make a big difference in the games industry. To have a voice campaigning for mental health to be spoken about more and for video games to be part of that solution. I'm just really excited to be part of it.